Alrighty, we should be live again. Some technical difficulties there. It's 12-9. St. Thomas leads Kansas City. We're just coming out of a timeout. Kansas City with possession. A nice feed inside from Andrews to Ngandu, and he finishes. So 12-11, St. Thomas with the 1-point edge. About 11 and a half minutes to go here in this opening half. St. Thomas with possession. Hit a couple of triples already in this game. They've had some nice shooters. Gonna try and feed it inside this time though, but kicked it right back out. That triple no good by Blue, and Kansas City will come back in transition. Shamari Allen kicks it out a little too high. That'll be a turnover. Trying to pass it to Andrews in the corner, threw it over him. It's an errant pass, and that's not going to make head coach Marvin Menzies too happy. St. Thomas will take it. Kicking it around, looking for a shot. They've got a corner three off the mark by Miller. Fight for the rebound. Oh no. Dangerous looking fall there. It appears everybody is all right. Shamari Allen will get called for the loose ball foul. That's his first of the night. As he was trying to get that ball, and there was a tussle for it. Had some bodies fall into the ground. And a slam inside by St. Thomas off the inbound. Kendall Blue got up for that. That extends St. Thomas's lead to 3. Roo's looking to respond now. Quantus Mitchell with the ball, moving guys around. A couple hezzies and a pull-up jumper is good. Quantus Mitchell, one of the best scorers on this Kansas City team, with a pull-up. Get Kansas City back within 1, but struggling to get back is Kansas City's defense. St. Thomas kicking it around. They're going to hoist up a 3. It's just off the mark, and the rebound goes to Kansas City. They'll come back the other way, looking to push the pace. Andrews trying to big body it down low. Opesta Ngandu. Quantus Mitchell feeling it, hoists up a 3 just off the mark, offensively rebounded by Andrews. His putback is no good. Just off the front of the rim. And St. Thomas back the other way. They take a shot of their own, and that one's off the mark. And Ngandu with the rebound, and Kansas City to push. Mitchell kicks it around. Shamari Allen will get it back up top. Try and reset the offense. He's driving. His pull-up jumper is short. Rebounded by St. Thomas. Number 5, that's Bjorklund. St. Thomas looking around. They've had some good looks. They've missed them. Here's another great look. It's going to be passed up on a hesitation to get a better look, and the layup. A really intelligent play there by number 3, Andrew Rode. Had an open 3, and when the defender came back to try and contest it and recover, he ball faked and went straight to the paint, got up for an easy layup to extend St. Thomas's lead to 3. Now Kansas City's looking to do something of their own, but an errant pass turnover by Diallo is going to get possession right back to St. Thomas. St. Thomas, man, just really quick offensively. Get the ball around, don't really mess around. Here's a drive by Blue. It rims off, and Ngandu will get the rebound for Kansas City. Kansas City looking to make something happen here. Tyler Andrews with 4 on the shot clock, drives, misses the layup. Good defense from St. Thomas, and they're back the other way. But a tipped pass. Here comes Shamari Allen in transition, and he will slam it home. Shamari Allen turns defense into offense. An emphatic dunk to put Kansas City back within 1. See if St. Thomas can answer after that. A big momentum shifter for Kansas City. St. Thomas being patient here. They've kicked it around. They've gotten a lot of good looks. Here's a drive inside and just a strong finish there by Parker Bjorklund. Just used his strength to body his way in and get the finish. Here's a 3-point shot for Kansas City. It will fall for Diallo. $18 all after that 3 by Diallo. A good look. And a pretty even half, approaching about 6 minutes to go in it. Bjorklund's going to try and body his way back in, and he does it again. Just backs his way to the rim and gets an easy deuce. Puts St. Thomas back up 2. Kansas City gives it to Shamari Allen, looking to orchestrate the offense. And they're going to call a blocking foul, I believe. I don't know if they're going to call a charge or a block here, but we're headed to a media timeout regardless. 20-18. And they are, before I give the score update, they are going to call that on St. Thomas, a blocking foul. Shamari Allen just didn't look pleased. That's why I was a little bit confused. But 20-18, St. Thomas leads, 5:52 to go in the opening half. It's been a pretty good back and forth half. 2 pretty evenly matched teams. Early Summit League play here. And we'll be back after this media timeout. Back out of the media timeout, and Christian Martinez is now here to join us. 2018, St. Thomas leads Kansas City. Been a pretty back and forth half. Some careless turnovers from both. Both sides have gotten pretty good looks. Here we go, Kansas City to inbound.
And here goes. Here's Ngandu, and Ngandu looking, sends it to Shamari. Shamari looking around, spins, pushes inside, and 1.
That is a heck of a three-point opportunity. Spun all the way around. He's limping a little bit, but he should be fine. Man, that was just pretty. He got to the paint. He just laid it right up and in.
And he laid that in with authority. He really did an excellent job inside the paint, showcasing his ringing around the rosy type thing.
Yeah, some Kansas City Chiefs type stuff right there.
And he's going to go for it, and it's in.
So Kansas City takes back the lead for the first time in a while. They had the lead very early in this game.
21-20, Roos lead. And here we go. And there goes Dobbs. Dobbs looking. Sends it outside. That was Andrew Rowe. Rowe looking to go inside. Sends it outside. Pushes it in. That is Dake Dobbs again. Sends it in. That's Courtney Brown. Brown pushes outside to Lee. Lee sends it to Dobbs. Dobbs looking to go in. He tries to lay it up. Passes it inside with a block.
And that'll unfortunately be called a goaltend.
A goaltend by Kansas City. And it's 21-22.
And Gandu got way up there to get that ball.
He got way up there.
He's one of those players that's so big that they get called goaltending just for jumping. You know, guys like us that aren't 7 foot tall almost.
You're not wrong. And here comes Shamari. Shamari looking. He's dribbling. Pushes it outside the Promise. Promise going inside. Lays it up. And gets his own rebound, and the Roos get their own rebound. That was Ngandu trying to make that shot, and now it's St. Thomas ball.
Yeah, good opportunities, multiple good looks there for Kansas City, just not able to convert on them.
Dobbs pushing it outside. That's number 10, Riley Miller trying to pass it around. Sends it back to Dobbs. Dobbs pushes it inside. Pushes it, that's Rode. Rode looking to go in. Fade away. Misses. And St. Thomas gets the rebound. And number 13, Andre Lee, tries to dunk it.
He went up for a poster right there, and he was not able to quite convert. However, he is fouled, and he's going to get to go to the line for two. That would have been a nasty poster if he was able to convert that.
And as you look at the score, 22-21, you know, St. Thomas leading by 1. You were telling me these turnovers have been pretty ridiculous for Kansas City and for St. Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been egregious either way, but there's just been a few careless ones, and the first free throw is good for St. Thomas. Shamari had a pass that missed Tyler Andrews, just went over his head. Stuff like that, preventable turnovers, but, you know, in the last few minutes it's been cleaned up a little bit, so that you like to see that if you're both sides.
And then coming out is Andrew Rode, and coming in is Kendall Blue, the freshman guard out of Minnesota.
Yeah, and Blue has had a really nice start to this game. He's made a lot of key impact plays, a couple scoring opportunities for him. He's looked good.
And as you see the student section getting a little loud, and the Roos get their own rebound. And Shamari with the ball. Shamari looking. Calling for a screen, it looks like. Sends it back to Promise. Promise looking around. He sends it to Raquandis, one of the best offensive players for the Roos. Sends it outside to Shamari. Shamari trying to shake off his defender. Shoots and misses, but Promise gets the rebound, and Tyler Andrews shoots it back out. Promise shoots and misses again, but Ngandu gets the layup, puts it back up.
That is just, Christian, we were talking about how people said Kansas City had a high ceiling this year. The size is a big reason why. These international players are just so lengthy and can go up and get boards.
And Dobbs shoots and gets fouled, but he misses. So,
and that looked to be a three, right, Christian? I believe he was behind the arc.
No, he was actually inside.
Right inside the arc. All right. Yeah, it's hard to tell in college, right? Because you have the women's three-point line, then you have the men's three-point lines. Can sometimes get iffy on where the feet are, but that will be a big deal for Kansas City that this is only a 2 and not a 3 on the foul.
Exactly. Well, we're going to go on a media timeout, so we'll be right back because the Jazz Band's about to play. Thank you for joining us again here after the media timeout. It's going to be Drake Dobbs shooting 3. So it was a 3-point.
Hey, they called me crazy, right?
I thought that was a lie as he makes the first one, 23-24 Roos, 3:46 left on the clock. Thank you for listening to K-ROO.
Yeah. Great being back. Haven't had a men's home game in a while here.
And there you go. Drake Dobbs
Second
misses.
free throw, rims out. So at best, at this point, he's only going to get 2, so it'll be about the same as if it was a foul from inside the arc.
Drake Dobbs, the sophomore guard from Minnesota. Looks like St. Thomas is in Minnesota.
It is, Christian.
They got a lot of local boys playing.
Not a lot of teams are like Kansas City where you go overseas to get all your talent. A lot of teams in the Summit do get a lot of homegrown talent.
It's Promise, passes it inside, and great layup by Shamari. And a better pass from Promise Idiaru.
That's just a great backdoor cut by Shamari Allen and a very nice finish. He just, moving without the ball is so crucial in college basketball. That's a prime example of it.
Dobbs looking, spins around, sends a pass out. And that's Rode pushing it in. Errant pass, and now the Roos have it. That was a steal by Tyler Andrews, and now Mitchell with the ball. And he's looking, trying to find a man wide open. Wanted to get a screen from the Promise, but just sends it back out to Tyler. Asks for the inside pass. And here comes Tyler, getting double teamed, goes down on the ground. Looks like it's going to be a jump ball.
End up being a jump ball.
And now the question is, who's the ball?
Possessions with Kansas City, I believe.
It might be KC. We'll have to see.
Are we going to jump ball this? No, I was about to say, they were lined up like it was going to be a jump ball, but it will be Kansas City basketball.
And that's exactly what we predicted, right?
Tony Romo on the mic, right?
Tony Romo on the mic. And here comes Tyler Andrews from the baseline, going to send it out.
Just got to get it in here, and there it is.
There you go. Pass it to Shamari. Shamari passes it out to Raquandis. Raquandis shoots. 3 and a foul!
And St. Thomas is complaining that he kicked his leg out, but the ref saw it differently. This will be an opportunity for a rare 4-point play. Kansas City needed that, gives them the lead, and it could potentially put them up 4.
And Raquandis just has that killer mentality.
It was a very nice find from Shamari Allen, who was down inside the baseline. He was honestly under the rim when he passed it out. Heavily guarded, and a really nice kick and a nice shot.
And Mitchell misses, but still
a 3.
Still a 3, 28-25, 2:44 left on the clock. As St. Thomas looking to send it out. And that's our boy Riley Miller. Miller sends it to Dobbs. Dobbs looking, tries to cross over, sends it outside to Lee. Oh goodness, Lee has it, spins away, passes it out.
Great pass.
Shoots, and a miss. And there's Idiaru with the rebound for Kansas City.
Battle for the board. Foul. It's going to go Kansas City's way. St. Thomas on the foul.
Looks like that was number 5. That was Parker, oh my goodness. Yorkland, like the artist Bjork.
Yeah.
All right. Well, looks like there's going to be some substitutions coming in for St. Thomas, but the Roos are going to keep their same rotation, which, I'm surprised by how many minutes these guys are getting, especially that group of 5 right there.
Yeah,
Thomas, Tyler.
It's been like that the majority of the night. Diallo's gotten in. He hit a 3 earlier, but this has kind of been what they're going with. And, it's arguably their best 5. I think these 5 play well together, as Diallo is now going to check in for Andrews.
It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, that is still Ngandu on the court. And it looks like a St. Thomas player's getting cleaned up here real quick.
Yeah, I got a little cut in the eye or something like that. Got to make sure that you get that cut up or get that patched up before you head back out there, but all is well.
Now, looks like we also see one of the assistant coaches talking to Raquandis right now. Now, here we go. Promise is going to take some shots here.
1-and-1 for him. Got a hit on the first, and he does.
Great shot by Promise, as it's 29-25. And now, like I was saying, away the Roos are 1-2, but still, lost on a triple overtime.
Yeah.
They lost by a buzzer beater. So, you know, they've been fighting till the end, which is a lot.
And their one win was a pretty impressive win at Omaha. They won by, I believe, 16. They won 75-59.
Yeah.
So just a really impressive performance there. And then they also had an impressive home performance against South Dakota. So they've done their fair share in the conference. They've done good, and they're doing pretty good tonight. And
blue sends it out. That's Bjorklund. Bjorklund has it, pushes it inside with Shamari defending, and they shoot, and it's a foul. Foul on Kansas City. Looks like that's going to be on Shamari Allen.
That's a really good pump fake, and you do the up and under. You get a guy, if you get your defender in the air, it's trouble for them. You got to take advantage of that, and he did there. Even though he's not able to convert on the lay-in, he does force the foul. He gets to go to the line and try and shoot two.
And at the line is Bjorklund. And again, I'm looking at the St. Thomas team, and you know, it's everyone's a little different, but everyone's tough. Every opponent is tough here for Kansas City nonetheless. So, coming back in is Tyler. Coming out of Shamari.
Part of what makes the Summit League so interesting is the teams are often, a lot of the teams are built completely different. There's a specialty in every team where you see in other conferences they kind of build their rosters around each other. The Summit League feel like it's just a mixed bag.
And St. Thomas pressing there, something that we've been seeing all week for the Roos. And there goes Raquandis. Raquandis looking, trying to facilitate the offense here as Roos are just moving around multiple screens. And there's Diallo looking. Sends it back out to Promise. Promise sends it to Tyler Andrews. And Andrews looking, gets the screen. And then Raquandis with the ISO opportunity sends it out to Tyler Andrews. Tyler Andrews shoots. It just misses the three, but that's a rebound by Ngandu. Raquandis shoots, and that's another miss. And here comes the fast break for St. Thomas. And that's a miss by St. Thomas. Looks like Blue's going to get the ball. Bjorklund sends it out. It looks like Riley Miller got patched up there, and that's Kendall Blue. And they push inside Bjorklund, trying to showcase his aggressiveness, but just could not as the ball bounces, and there goes the foul for St. Thomas. Ooh, and again, looking at Coach's face, he's really getting annoyed by these fouls earlier, late in the first with only 58 seconds left on the clock.
But Kansas City has done a good job of, keeping the fouls to a minimum, even if Coach is frustrated, because St. Thomas has not entered the bonus. Nonetheless, the double bonus. They haven't even allowed St. Thomas to enter the bonus period. So overall, you'll take that in a half. 58 and a half seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I would take that any day. And as we look at the first half stats here, provided by
first free throw good, by the way, for St. Thomas.
Thank you for doing that for me. We're looking at the field goal percentage, and looks like the Roos are shooting really nice 44, while
take 44.
And then St. Thomas just seems like they can't get anything going on paper, but they're keeping it close.
There. And the second free throw is good. Some substitutions will be made now.
And, also both teams are trying their best at the three-point line, but just can't get anything in.
Yeah, it hasn't been very good. 25% for Kansas City, 20% for St. Thomas as we go into a timeout right now. But
so, again, you wonder who Coach Menzies is going to put out there last minute.
Yeah, you try and end the half here on a positive note. This might be where you rest some guys, just give them a little extra time, right. Kind of like an extended halftime at this point. You might put a guy like Sam Martin, who hasn't seen any minutes, on the floor for this, but you ultimately are just trying to keep guys out of foul trouble in this time, and also you probably want to give them an extra boost. But you also want to end the half on a positive note, so it can be difficult in that situation, and it looks like they're going to roll with the same five. And
for St. Thomas, their leading scorer is Bjorklund. And he looks like he's not on the court right now for St. Thomas. But here comes their Raquandis. They might milk some time here just so St. Thomas doesn't have a chance to come back and get the lead here.
If you're Kansas City, you'd prefer a 2-for-1 here.
And Diallo sends it. That's Mitchell. Mitchell was double teamed, but he's getting that possible ice opportunity. He gets the screen, and everyone's calling. And Raquandis shoots and misses, and it's out of bounds.
It'll stay with Kansas City.
Yeah, stay with.
Last off St. Thomas.
It will not.
And they'll get 20 on the shot clock here. So if you're Kansas City, do you go for a quick shot and try and go 2-for-1 here? What do you do?
And Raquandis is going to take it out. He's looking, sends it to Tyler Andrews. Tyler shoots, and it's in. Great shot by Tyler Andrews to make it 33-29. Kansas City leads.
You would assume St. Thomas here will either get the best shot possible or they will just wait and take the last shot of the half. Yeah. They definitely do not want to give Kansas City another opportunity offensively.
16 seconds on the shot clock. St. Thomas looking, dribbling. That is Road trying to make something happen. Calls for a screen, gets the screen. Road trying to push it in, gets some points in with 4 seconds on the clock. Blue shoots, and he makes
it rimmed in at the buzzer. Unbelievable shot. Hit the back iron and rimmed in. And that's a fitting into a very tight and close half. Kansas City leads 33-32 at half.
Gives me PTSD from the past couple games. But
yeah,
that
for sure.
Shot. Either way, we're going to let the halftime show commence here in just a second. But overall, Kansas City really doing their best to keep up with St. Thomas.
I thought that was a solid half from both sides. I thought both teams played pretty well. Kansas City was definitely more active on the offensive glass, and I think that's where they've had a little bit of an edge. But St. Thomas, I feel like they've been able to keep up themselves, had some good transition looks, got some good three-point looks as well. So it's about what you expect in a Summit League play, in a Summit League game.
And funny enough, we look at the record of St. Thomas, 13-6, 4-2 in conference. Just the fact that the Blues can keep up with them so early just shows you that different energy,
You also talk about Kansas City probably had, out of almost every Summit League team, probably the hardest out-of-conference schedule to start the season. So that you got to factor things into that. St. Thomas might be 13-6, but they did not play Oklahoma, LSU, Illinois, K-State.
K-State.
The K-State game, that game is, when you look at it now, they're 11th in the country. I mean, Kansas City was playing against some of the country's best early in this season, and it's helped. You can tell because look at these types of games now. They are ready for Summit League play.
You're not wrong. And again, Kansas City is has one of the highest ceilings in the Summit League. I mean, again, when you let Raquandis cook, he can get hot real quick and won't stop.
Yeah, and the same goes for other guys like Shamari Allen, who they've just got flamethrowers. And if they're ever able to get Anderson Kopp back into the mix from his injury, it would be a gigantic addition for this roster.
And we don't know if he's going to come back, but I mean, that would be an excellent addition. He's a great six-man rotation type guy. I mean, I love the starting five here for Kansas City. Tyler Andrews, Ngandu. You also got Shamari. And then adding Promise in there. And Promise acts like this big point guard at times. His ability to make those passes when it matters. It really shows you how deep this Roos roster can be. And, we haven't even mentioned, some of the other guys that are playing right now for Kansas City. I mean, we got Sullivan, who just had a couple minutes.
Yeah.
You got Promise that also hasn't played that many minutes. Diallo. I mean, Dimu. We haven't gotten the Greek Freak out here yet. And he's the kind of guy that, you can have a couple minutes in. So, overall, Kansas City being able to lead against a 13-6 team, that is impressive in itself. And now I'm excited to see what Marvin Menzies kind of gets set up here for Kansas City.
You feel like this would be a big win for Kansas City, though, wouldn't you? Obviously, every win is important, but after losing two heartbreaking games the way that they have on the road in the Summit League, to win a close, contested Summit League game at home would just be big for morale, you would think.
And let's talk a little bit about the plan for the second half, because obviously there's a lot that needs to happen for them to really make this a game and make this a longer difference, I should say, because
spread the lead.
Spread the lead. Thank you. Brain farted there for a second, but sorry. I really think that if Kansas City wants to extend this lead, they're going to have to keep relying on Raquandis. Give him good shots. Let him work.
And I think they got to rely on their size. And Ngandu's been a beast on the boards. Both Precious and Promise have done their thing. And even some of the smaller guys have gotten rebounds. It's been an impressive, from that end, offensively rebounding and defensively rebounding. They're getting second chance opportunities. Now they probably should be making more of their second chance opportunities that they've been missing.
And you know what's funny? I'm looking at the season stats. and you can tell that this offense runs through the duo of Shamari and Raquandis. Other guys, obviously, like Ngandu and even Tyler Andrews, they have over 50 points. But Shamari Allen almost has 300 points on the season, and Raquandis already has surpassed that. And those guys, 8 and 7 points respectively right now for tonight, and also, Ngandu with 8. So you wonder if Kansas City is going to continue to give them the ball, treat them like, I know this is going to be a weird comparison, but the Hawks, DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, that deadly backcourt. Is it going to be treated like that?
Yeah, and I think that when a guy like Anderson Kopp, that's such a pivotal scorer, goes down, you need a combo guard like that. You need guys like Shamari and you need guys like Raquandis who can step in, give you buckets. I think one of the most important things that they can do on this offense is they can create isolation for themselves. They don't necessarily have to have somebody else get them a shot. One of the most valuable things in basketball is creating your own shot, and both of them have done a fantastic job of that this season. They've done a great job of that tonight. And even when they haven't been able to create their own shot, we've called multiple of them. There's been some outstanding passes and cuts in this first half.
Yeah. Now let me ask you a couple things. Another question I have here, Diallo has 3 points. Do you give him more minutes to see if he can heat up a little bit more, get something going, or do you just continue to put in the big 5 here, which looks like it just looks like also that Diallo was just named a starter. Yeah. He was starting to begin with, and Shamari obviously getting significant minutes. So you wonder.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Menzies does. I think you got to go back and look at what happened in that first half and think. Like, I sound like a broken record, but size has been the biggest thing for Kansas City, and I think they're going to put their biggest lineup on the court outside of Shamari Allen and Raquandis Mitchell, who are just your combo guards that can get you buckets. So, it's tough to say. It's tough to tell. It'll be interesting to see what Menzies does here. I'm sure he wasn't too pleased with how that half ended. And, it's just going to be interesting. You're going to probably see I would say you might see a different starting 5 to start the second half, because the way that half went, I think their best 5, you're talking about, I thought Precious gave them really good minutes. I thought, obviously, Raquandis. I thought Tyler Andrews gave them outstanding minutes. And Ngandu's been a beast on the board. Shamari's obviously playing well. It'll be interesting to see what they do here and if they give some of these guys more minutes.
You know what's funny? Diallo has 3 defensive rebounds. He is, it looks like he's second, obviously, to Ngandu. Ngandu's the guy who just does a really good job inside the paint. As we continue to look at these stats, you can see that Precious has really made a difference, getting 1 offensive, 1 defensive rebound, and 1 assist. Obviously, he's not the 3-point shooter of that you would want him to be, but obviously he does a really good job on the inside and getting those passes in. Meanwhile, Raquandis looks like he's doing a really good job assist-wise, has that 1 turnover. And then, Tyler doing a really good job shooting that key 3 and then getting that awesome 2 on the inside. And then finally, the mixture of Ngandu and Shamari. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Menzies keeps Shamari as his 6th man, just to kind of give that spark. In soccer, you keep some players kind of healthy and active for like the second half, and I feel like that's
you talk about some of the best scorers in the league, and you go professional basketball are 6 men. You've got like K-ROO, back in the day, your Jamal Crawfords. Some of the best scorers are your 6 man, and you put them in that position because that they can lead the second unit, and they can also obviously play with the first unit when they have to. And like you said, you brought up about soccer, it's a great spark to have off the bench. Not a lot of people have something like that at their luxury. And Kansas City's deep. Kansas City, maybe not at guard so much now that Kopp's hurt, but they are a deep roster, and they can afford to do that.
A deep, young roster, mind you.
Yeah, that's the number one thing with Kansas City is they are just so young that they're learning. It's kind of with like the Kansas City Royals, right? You got to learn to win. You're young, you're good, you're talented, but you got to learn to win. It takes time to come together as a team and learn to win. And that's why people say this Kansas City team has such a high ceiling, is because once they finally get through that brick, they got to push through it. But once they start getting these close wins instead of losing these close games, it's going to be a completely different team. And if, like we've been saying all halftime, if they can get Anderson back, that is probably the biggest key to the rest of this season.
Now, speaking of the season, the Roos are 6-11, but they're 2-2 conference play. We should really check the conference standings for the Summit League. But it's again surprising that that Kansas City is just doing a really good job in conference play. Again, 2-2 is not bad, especially for 6-11. And it looks like right now seems like we're near. Not that.
Well, they have lost their 2 conference games by a combined, I believe, 5 points.
We are 1, 2, 3, 4,
They've
5. We're 6th place.
They've lost both of their conference games that they've lost are a combined 5 points. So you take that into consideration how easily Kansas City could be 4-0 in the conference right now. But again, the Summit League is just a competitive conference. People are so close to each other. There's not a huge talent discrepancy. Many people considered Oral Roberts to be the class of the conference right now, and Kansas City took them all the way down to a half-court buzzer beater last week. So it's just exciting basketball to watch, and it's really anybody's conference. The last few years, South Dakota State has dominated it. In 2023, it feels like this is anybody's conference to win right now.
Yeah, again, you were talking about Oral Roberts, 4-0 right now, but everyone else has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams have 2 losses.
It's up in the air.
If Kansas City wins tonight, they defeat St. Thomas, that could give them the opportunity to jump up in the standings. So again, that just shows you how important this game is.
Also, keep in mind, they lost to Denver and Oral Roberts on the road. They still get them back here in Kansas City. So those are opportunities to avenge those. And thinking about how close those were on the road, you feel good about those games coming back home, especially when your young rosters had more time to develop.
And funny enough, Kansas City has more wins at home than away. 3-3 at home, 1-7 away.
Yeah, and a large part of that is because of their tough non-conference schedule versus teams like Illinois and K-State all were on the road. They didn't get any of those games at home. So, yeah, your road record's obviously going to be a little worse when you're playing top 25 teams in the country. It's just something that, Kansas City's got to find a way. But, it's not that big of a deal. Now they're in conference play. You throw that out of the window. It's 1-0 every day. That's what you've got to think if you're Kansas City. The great thing about college basketball is even if you start slow, everything is out in front of you. It does not matter how slow you start. If you go on a run at the right time, you can make something happen.
Now, another thing that I've noticed here, too, is that, St. Thomas on a 2-game win streak. It's hard to stop a team that is on fire like that. So now you wonder if Kansas City and if they can win, how much that can mean to this team, how much it can mean to, be the, place the dagger here and really showcase that they have fight in them.
Again, 33-32, Kansas City leads as we're getting prepared to start the second half. Teams are coming out, getting a few shots up.
Now, they face, it looks like with 2:45 left before the second half. Let's talk a little bit about their next opponent, Western Illinois. Western Illinois is 9-7 on the season, but 2-3 in conference play.
And I mean, there's a possibility that both teams will be 2-3 in conference play if that game. If Kansas City drops this one tonight, so it just shows how pivotal every game is. It's 3-2 feels a lot better than 2-3 in this conference, I tell you that. So Kansas City's obviously, they really need this game. You just feel like this would be a huge win for the team.
And it looks like they're most.
And it's going to be tough.
And again, looks like someone we should keep an eye on Saturday is Trenton Massner. Averaging 15.8 points per game and ranks first in assists and steals. That's pretty big. Kansas City's going to have to find a way to stop that.
First things first, though, they got to finish this one. They got to worry about the team right in front of them.
You aren't wrong, my friend.
St. Thomas, a pretty solid squad this year. Coming into the year, don't think many people thought St. Thomas was going to be that big of a threat in Summit League, but to your point, 13-6, they got off to a good start, and just like I say for everybody in the conference right now, it's everything they want is right out in front of them. You get hot at the right time, you win the conference tournament here in March, good things happen.
All right, guys, looks like we're back.
Yeah, just about set to get started in the second half. St. Thomas to inbound, and here we go.
And there we go. That's Riley Miller has the ball. Kendall Blue passes it out, and that looks like Road passes it outside. Miller has it, sends it to number 14. That is Brooks Allen. Brooks Allen gets the ball. Got a pass from Road. He's going to try to push it in on Andrews. Andrews playing great defense, and it's a foul.
Yeah, he was straight up for the majority of that possession, but right when the shot went up, Andrews went down a little bit trying to get the block, but you can't go down. You've got to stay straight up as a defender there, and leads to a foul. And that's a sight that Coach Menzies has seen too much of tonight, is guys backing down his players in the paint and getting to the rim.
And there's first shot goes in for Allen, forward, senior forward from Minnesota. He's going to try to hit the second shot here, and it goes in.
So St. Thomas takes an early second half lead with those two free throws. And now a full court press. Is a little bit of a change here by St. Thomas. I don't know what they saw, but clearly they saw something, because they go full court press immediately.
And there's Raquandis. Raquandis looking around, sends it out to Allen. Allen pushing it inside, sends it back out, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, bad pass there, an unforced error. Kansas City, not a great first few trips down the court for them to start this half.
Now St. Thomas is going to take the ball out. As you see, Coach Menzies telling his players, get those passes in. Don't let those opportunities be wasted.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it kills you in these types of games that are so close.
And there goes Allen. Allen sends it out. That's Blue. Blue kind of moving his way around. And it's a steal for Raquandis Mitchell, who pushes it down, and he's going to try to get an open lane, pushes inside, lays it up, misses, and it's
fought for.
Kansas City ball.
Kansas City's got the ball, but they're going to call jump. Kansas City looked like they had most of the possession there, but you know how jump balls work. If anybody has any possession on St. Thomas, it's going for a jump. But a great job there by St. Thomas in transition. Like you said, Raquandis with the steal, but had nowhere to go with it because of the great transition defense by the Tommies. And Kansas City will get to retain possession, but they prevented a fast break layup.
And Andrews sends it out. Sends it to Ngandu. Ngandu looking outside. Andrews looking to push it in, and he moves inside, lays it up, and it's a foul.
This foul going up. I like the aggressiveness, too, from Kansas City. Use your size, get to the rim, force the issue. Look, even if you miss, you're going to get fouled more often than not with how much size you have. So I like the idea there. Don't settle for a jumper. Go inside. Try and get some contact. That's exactly what Tyler does right there.
And here comes Tyler Andrews. He's going to try to make his layups here to at least tie or get the lead here for the Roos.
First free throw is good.
First free throw is good. 18:45 left on the clock. You're listening to K-ROO. I'm Christian Martinez with my good friend here, Jackson Ogden. Thank you for listening. And as Andrews is going to try to make the second shot, get the lead here. So many lead changes here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's been back and forth the whole night as Andrews misses the second one. Tipped around.
But the Roos get it. And Tommies get the ball. And then there's a fast break coming in for the Tommies. And they push it outside. That's Brooks Allen shooting, and he misses it into a rebound by Kansas City. That's Promise there. Or Precious, I should say. And here comes Mitchell. Mitchell looking. Shoots. And he scores.
And that's a really tough shot. I mean, hand in the face, pull-up jumper. I was just about to say that's not the type of shot you want to get. You want to force the pressure. You don't want to settle. But when you can shoot like him, no problem.
That ball was in the air for a second. And there's a steal. There you go. And Shamari gets the turnover, but
they're going to call a foul. I'm not sure.
There you go. Bjorklund gets the foul.
And that's his third.
Eek. That is what we like to call not
He's
good.
Forced the issue.
Oh, there goes Sullivan coming
Sullivan
in.
got some minutes very early in the first half, and now very early in the second half, he's going to get a few more minutes, it appears. So he's set to inbound the ball.
Sends it to Mitchell. Mitchell one-on-one. Trying to make an opportunity here. All these Roos are moving around, and it goes to Shamari. Shamari throws it in to Rick
Nice.
Talk about that dynamic.
That's chemistry
energy
right there. That's just knowing your teammate. That didn't even, when he threw that ball, I was like, where's that going? And then out of nowhere, right to him.
Ooh, foul. Looks like it's going to be a foul on who?
This might be on Tyler Andrews.
But going back to that pass and layup, again, we were talking about how, Mitchell and Shamari are the best scorers and the high scorers here on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what they do. And Tyler Andrews had to sub out there because he picked up his third foul. So both teams having some foul trouble here.
And Diallo comes in for Andrews. As the Tommy shoots, and that's in for Road.
That was on a laser beam right in there.
Or, Rody. Sorry. I've been saying his name wrong the whole night. Rody making the three, 38-37 Roos, 17-20 on the clock.
Nice move.
As Shamari lays it up with finesse, but just misses. As Rody has the ball, passes it out to Riley. Riley shoots, and it's a foul on.
It's going to be a foul on St. Thomas there, an off ball.
It's great work by Diallo to get that foul.
St. Thomas not very happy with it. And Sullivan already checking back out.
And coming back in is EDR. There's Promise. Promise going to take the ball. He's going to send it to Mitchell.
The full court press still staying for St. Thomas.
Surprised that they're running with it.
Be interesting to see, what happens with that. Nothing really yet.
EDR gets it to Diallo. Diallo sends it to Allen. Allen looking, trying to find an open person. And as he's dribbling around, moves around with style, and Diallo sends it back out to Allen. Allen pushes inside, and
nice
it's in.
Finish.
Almost junked it, but hit the layup.
I thought he was about to slam it too, Christian, but takes the for sure layup.
And that is a turnover for St. Thomas, and it's the Roos ball again, 40-37, and the Roos get the ball.
Big play there. I mean, a careless turnover. Some subs coming in. Sullivan's coming right back in for Promise. So Kansas City with possession and an opportunity here, but a dangerous pass. Mitchell's able to save it.
Looks like we're getting reports that someone punched Sullivan in the eye. Meanwhile, the turnover looks like it's going to be Kansas City ball from the looks of it. But yeah, looks like Sullivan might have gotten hit there. And now coming out is Mitchell, and coming in Sam Martin, the redshirt junior out of Houston, Texas.
This will be Sam Martin's first minutes of the night.
very interesting. You know, he's returning from Donlin, from the Donlin era, but hopefully he'll get some significant minutes here as he takes the ball out. And he sends it out to Allen. Allen sends it to Diallo. Diallo sends it back to Sam Martin. Sam's looking.
Shot clock.
2 seconds left on the shot clock.
That's gonna be
shoots, and it's a
block.
Blocking foul.
St. Thomas bench is not happy. They haven't been happy all night with the calls. And it'll be 2 free throws for Kansas City.
And it's going to be Diallo shooting. Now let's see. As it's 40-37, 16:25 on the clock. Let's stay silent for Diallo. Makes the first one. 41-37. The Roos are extending their lead.
Yeah, this is one of those games that you feel like is gonna come down to the fourth quarter, come down to the last few minutes. So every free throw is absolutely crucial.
And here goes Diallo. And it goes in, 42-37.
I said fourth quarter. I don't even know the end of the second half.
Second half.
I'm still thinking of women's college basketball. We've called so many of them, but nonetheless, same point stands. This will be a tight one to the end.
And here, now, the Tommies are going to
try to. And now Kansas City's going to press.
Yeah, I mean, if St. Thomas is going to press, you might as well Kansas City might as well press at this point.
Yeah, an interesting strategy.
And Sullivan playing great defense, keeping his man in check. As they're going to St. Thomas sends it out. That's number 14. That's Brooks Allen. Brooks Allen looking, sends it out to Riley.
Some really good switching.
Riley
there by
has the ball. Rhodey gets the screen for Riley. Riley moving around and a block.
Call a foul. I'm not sure if they called the goaltend as well. They did. So it's going to be a chance for an and one for St. Thomas.
And Sam Martin scooted down to our side.
Yeah, I mean, he got to run into us for a little bit, run into the bench.
What an honor, right?
Got to say hello.
Now,
so an opportunity for a three-point play here for the Tommies.
And shooting is Riley Miller. You know, Miller is a graduate guard from Minnesota as well.
He can shoot. He can shoot the lights out of the ball.
Yeah.
His first three he hit tonight was about 10 feet beyond the three-point line. He is a pure shooter.
And now that Mitchell is on the bench, it's Shamari's offense to run now as he gets the ball. And he's looking. Calls the screen for Ngandu. Ngandu gives it to him. Shoots.
Nice step
and
back.
And there's the step back from Shamari Allen.
Step back.
45-40, 15:45 left on the clock.
Said it before it even went in. That was a beautiful step back from Shamari. Just a pure shot.
And the Tommies, they're looking to get something going as they're down by 5. That was Rhodey with the ball. Riley Miller looking to push inside. Trying to dribble on Sam. Sam playing great defense here right now.
Getting back down, though. Yeah, that's good stuff. Great defense by Sam.
And the miss.
Roos have numbers here. Tommy's trying to get back.
And Sullivan passes it. Diallo pushes it inside. Allen has it, looking around. He's trying to find someone.
And that was really good job by St. Thomas playing with only 4 on 5. They really did a great job there.
They really kind of just ended that that opportunity for Kansas City. Ooh, and Shamari trying to do too much and loses the ball as the Tommies have it. That's number 14, Brooks Allen. Brooks Allen sends it to Blue. And that's a,
just did not have enough men in transition there, and we're going to head to a media timeout. Nearly a poster dunk. Sam Martin prevents it. He'll at least make him make some free throws.
And Lee was the one trying to slam that down, but 45-40, 14-47. We're going to go into media timeout while the Jazz Band plays, so we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, welcome back. After the media timeout, here I have my sideline reporter, Marissa. How you doing, Marissa?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I hear she got some information for us.
Yes. So Jevin Sullivan came off the court. He was holding his eye, and I wasn't sure quite what was going on, but he came back over to the bench, and he was looking at the rest of his team, and he told the coaches, he's like, hey, that guy just punched me in the face. But I think he sat down, took a breather for a second. They took him out, obviously, because he was I did notice him holding his eye while he was out on the court and stuff, but came back, took a seat, took a breath, and told the coaches he was ready to go right back in, and he's back in.
And tell me a little bit about the coach's frustrations with these fouls, because I've seen that Coach Menzies is not happy with some of the calls that have been made on the court today.
Yes, definitely lots of frustration coming from the team tonight as a whole. The whole bench, I feel like lots of energy have been coming from them. Anderson has been super aggressive, I would say, just kind of out there, kind of giving notes to his team, telling what needs to be done, when it needs to be done. But I noticed one of the coaches, after one of the fouls was called, the coaches kind of looked at the players and kind of gave them the hand, like, hey, maybe take a step back type deal. But personally, I like to see the bench getting.
As Mitchell hits a three, a turnaround three, 48-42 Roos, continue.
Yeah, no, personally, I like to see the bench getting fired up, just kind of cheering on their team, supporting the guys, and yeah.
And so, that's if you got any more information for us, we'll send you back down in a minute. Other than that, thank you so much. We're going to give it back to Jackson.
Yeah.
As the Roos, 48-42, they got a big three from Mitchell. As they send it back in, Allen tries to get a pass for Idiara, but Idiara still hits it. It's 50-42.
And I would say this is the best the Roos have looked all night on both ends of the floor. They're playing really aggressive defensively, and offensively, they're getting very good looks.
And that's Dobbs, who faked it. Send it back inside to Borkland. Yorkland sends it into Lee. Lee can't hit the dunk, surprisingly. And there's Blue shooting. He misses as well. And it's just a messy situation here.
Yeah, just a lot of guys going for the loose ball there. A lot of big bodies getting in the paint, jumping up for a ball.
Looks like coming out is Blue. Coming in is Riley Miller.
You know the old cliche, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That applies to these big men in basketball, man. They're going up, contesting shots, trying to get rebounds.
It's just a very physical match in my eyes. Yeah. But coming out is Lee, and coming in is Brooks Allen. That's Rhodey. Rhodey passes it out to Miller. Miller sends it to Allen. Allen sends it to Rhodey. Rhodey shoots. And there goes Idiara with the rebound. Mitchell has the ball.
Another pretty good defensive possession for Kansas City. Forced them into a difficult three-point shot. You'll live with that even if they make it.
And here comes Mitchell. Mitchell looking. Sends it to Diallo. Diallo looking to send it to Allen. Allen has it. Gets the screen for Mitchell. And he steps back. Tried to get the shot, but just did not. Sends it back to Diaru. Idiaru shoots. Idiaru misses. And that is St. Thomas ball.
Yeah, just not his shot right there. Obviously, he's more used to being to the rim, but if they're going to give you that, you got to take it as we have a foul off ball.
Yeah, that looks like it was Dobbs that was Rhodey falling to the ground. And on the court for the Roos, it's Raquandis Mitchell. Promise Idiaru, correct? Or Precious?
12 is Promise. 10 is Precious.
Promise Idiaru. Jeff and Gondu.
It's easy to get them mixed up.
Yeah, Jeff and Gondu. And then Shamari Allen finishing it off. And here comes St. Thomas. St. Thomas sends it out. Rhodey looking, moving around. And that's a shot going in for Bjorklund. And a miss. Great rebound, I should say, by Diallo. And now Allen has the ball. And here we go. Shamari Allen looking for a man.
Big opportunity to extend the lead to double digits here for Kansas City.
50-42. And here comes Diallo. Diallo sends it to Ngandu. Ngandu to Mitchell, one of the best scorers for the Roos, who sends it back to Idiaru. Idiaru looking. And that's Diallo ball.
Shot clock's running down.
And he lays it up, and he just misses. But Ngandu with the great offensive rebound. Pushing it in, and also misses. Oh.
Here comes St. Thomas. Kansas City's got to get back here.
Fast break opportunity for St. Thomas as Rhodey misses. but St. Thomas gets the ball regardless. Miller looking, trying to find the guy. Trying to get across the opportunity. He shoots.
Off the mark, Iriaro the rebound.
And here comes Allen. Again, Allen trying to facilitate this Roos offense, trying to get it up to 10 points. Let's see if the Roos can get it done. Is Allen. Again, one of the best scorers here for Kansas City.
Yeah, we're creeping up on 11 and a half minutes to go, so every point here is vital for Kansas
Mitchell wide
City.
open, shoots, misses, but Ngandu gets the rebound again. Another offensive rebound for Jeff Ngandu, and that's going to be a foul on St. Thomas.
Ngandu is playing some of the best basketball I've seen him play all year. He is crashing the boards at levels I have not seen him do. This might be the best game I've ever seen him play in Kansas City. I'm very impressed with his presence around the rim.
And do you think that's the kind of game that these guys need to have right now with a 13-6 opponent?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been crucial. Like I said, Kansas City has a lot of size because they have a lot of people from overseas playing for them. You get those type of lengthy players that Menzies loves. Your Pascal Siakams, like Coach Menzies had in New Mexico State. And, you know, it creates problems for teams that just simply can't match up physically with that. And Ngandu's being very, very aggressive on both offensive and defensive rebounds, tipping the ball around, giving his team extra possessions. And those extra possessions add up in a close game.
We're going to look at some of these individual performance. Individually for St. Thomas, again, it looks like Bjorklund continue with 10 points, but Blue and Miller, they're eking right to double digits. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, Raquandis Mitchell really lighting it up, 14 points for him, and Shamari with 13. Again, not surprised that those guys are leading the way. Meanwhile, Shamari Allen, Jeff Ngandu, and EDR are making a difference here. So, again, Kansas City, they're getting the most out of their players right now, it seems like. Again, we'll have to see what they're going to do, but also something I'm a little worried about is Shamari Allen's turnovers. He has 4 on the night.
Yeah, and when you're the primary ball handler, you're obviously going to turn the ball over more than everybody else, but just a few careless ones, and I think a few of them have just been miscommunication. I don't think it's all been on Shamari. I think there's been a few where it's just not on the same page.
But shockingly, St. Thomas has turned the ball out a little bit more than the Roos.
Yeah, and I mean, the scoreboard shows it, man. Most turnovers kill you. I mean, doesn't take me to tell you that. Everybody that loves basketball knows that. And you just got to protect the basketball. I don't think either team's been egregious at turning the ball over tonight. I think it's been pretty decent to average for both sides tonight in that department. But yeah, both teams, if you ask both coaches, they'll tell you it needs to be cleaned up.
And as we continue on the timeout, something I'm surprised about is not seeing Sam Martin get enough minutes. You wonder if he just is going to he's going to continue playing that reserve,
Yeah, it's kind of his role right now, and he's kind of just, it's not fun, but you just kind of have to embrace it at this point of being that guy that's there whenever he's needed, because that's the best way he can contribute to the team, keep a positive attitude, and perform the minutes he gets.
All right, here we go. Kansas City's going to get the ball. Tyler Andrews is in for Kansas City, the freshman out of Iowa. And that's one freshman I'm really excited for that the Roos have.
He's played very well this year.
All right, here comes Kansas City as they're going to get the inbound here. As Andrews sends it to Ngandu. Ngandu sends it out to Allen. Allen looking. He has Mitchell on the right side open. But that's a lay!
That lob Tyler Andrews almost had that just a tad too tall.
But that was almost a dime.
Almost a beautiful pass, and the Kansas City's hit on that a few times this season on those oops as we have an off-ball foul. This might be on Andrews, and if it is, it's his 4th.
And
yeah, it is. And that's 4, so you would think Menzies would sub him out here, and he does. Diallo's coming in for him.
All right, and shooting is Riley Miller.
So keep in mind, Christian, in the first half, the entire first half, St. Thomas did not even reach the bonus. We're at the 11-minute mark in the second half, and they've already reached the bonus.
50-43. Roos are leading by 7. 11:06 on the clock. Thank you for joining us here in K-ROO. And again, Kansas City needs to find a way to open up. Just kind of get a better lead. It's again they're up by 6, but you want
you just gotta get pedal to the metal. A lot of ball game left. I think the biggest concern if you're Kansas City though is Andrews with those 4 fouls. When do you bring him back into the game? Do you wait till about the 5-minute mark? Like, what do you do, Christian?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would just wait for the last couple minutes and let
I
him play.
think you have to at this point, yeah.
And here comes Allen. Allen moving around, shaking and baking, sends it out to Diallo. Diallo has it, sends it out to Ediaru. Ediaru shoots, and he misses, but that's...
Oh, and we have a foul, and we have a guy down, grabbing his head. You hate to see that. Those elbows are flying around in the pile to get the board. And, yeah, I mean, it just... Not completely sure what happened, but...
Well, we're gonna
hoping everything's all right down there.
And we'll be right back. We're gonna be on an injury timeout. Thank you for joining us after that injury timeout. Down went Azani Lee, and it looks like the refs are going to see if they can give a tech to Kansas City. But
my flagrant would be, I think they're reviewing it to see if there was an elbow or a flagrant foul anywhere, and we're about to get the call now. Doesn't appear so.
Does not appear so.
Looks like they're just going to rule it a basketball play. He was visibly frustrated when he got to the bench. Looks like, though, he's on the bench, and there's a shot that he might return.
A very solid shot, nonetheless. And here we go. Kansas City sends it to Mitchell. Mitchell shoots, and just fell. And that's a foul on number 21.
It'll be a foul on Kansas City. They're going over the back on a rebound.
Yeah, that's Mitch. I think they called it on 12, which is Ediaru. So not what you want to see for Kansas City. So now it's going to be number 20 shooting. It's Courtney Brown.
They better get him.
Here we go, Courtney Brown. Rocking the goggles tonight. Gotta say, love the look. Either way, he misses.
Old school right there as he misses the front end of the 1-and-1, so it'll be Roo's ball on the rebound.
And here's Allen Rhodey playing shifty defense on Shamari Allen. And Shamari's trying to shake him off. Trying to see if he can shake off the flyer off the chicken and get something going. And here we go, he pushes it inside. Another errant play by Shamari Allen. And
it'll stay with Kansas City, though.
Yeah.
He lost the ball on a spin. Remember, he hit one of those spins earlier for an and-1. This time, tried to spin, got the ball poked free. Luckily for him and Kansas City, they'll retain possession with 13 on the shot clock.
Ooh, and Allen sends it in. It's another foul on St. Thomas, it looks like.
Yeah, and from our angle, and we are sitting far side, so everything that's going on down there, take with a grain of salt. We don't have binoculars right now, but he looked like a clean block to me. I can see why it's the St. Thomas bench, and the players are frustrated right now.
Regardless, Kansas City has the opportunity to increase the lead here.
Yeah, they need to hit on these. Kansas City also, with that foul, entered the bonus as he misses the first.
You just had to say, you said you had to hit these. You said you got the Jim Nance in you, bro.
I'll take it.
As Shamari Allen looks to try to hit the second one for Kansas City to make it 51.
He got it. But yeah, both teams now with around 10 minutes to play in this half in the bonus. It's been a lot of fouls this half.
And it's 51-44. Kansas City leading with a 3 that will be up by 10 as St. Thomas showcasing their passing abilities.
That was a beautiful backdoor cut there.
Now here comes Kansas City. This is Mitchell. Mitchell looking. Mitchell trying to find something.
Trying to set up an offensive possession here. I mean, defensively, though, they just did not get back.
Yeah, he's calling for a screen from Ngandu as he steps back, shoots, and it's in.
Nice shot from Mitchell. He's been streaky tonight, but when he hits, he hits.
54-46. That's what Kansas City needed right now. As here comes the Tommies.
Tommies need a response to that. That felt like a very big bucket in this game. Very big for the momentum.
Rhodey looking to push it inside, but he turns the ball over.
Look at that hustle.
Kansas City, it's out! Pure chaos.
Love the hustle for Kansas City, though. Diving for loose balls, and their bench is feeding off the energy. They are having
People are having
a blast.
fun. This is one of the first times I've heard this arena just...
This arena is jumping right now. I mean, that is loud, and there is a lot of energy. And you love to see that as a coach. You guys are diving. You call them 50-50 balls, but if you're a coach, those need to be 60-40 balls for you. And that Kansas City did a great job. As the shot clock is low here for the Tommies, they're going to have to go to work quickly.
5 seconds left. 3 seconds. 2. Miss. Oh.
And ref telling Shamari to chill out there. You can see was not being very patient with Shamari. Shamari needs to make sure he doesn't get himself a tech.
Yeah, don't need that right now. And it looks like Dufault is going to shoot here for the Tommies.
And he'll get a 1-and-1 here, still in the bonus, not in the double bonus quite yet. It's the first.
As he makes a shot, 54-47. Kansas City leading by 7. 9:12 left on the clock. Still a lot of time, but if you're Kansas City, you love the lead that you have right now. It's 54-48 now.
Yeah, just got to keep going to work on offense. Keep getting good looks.
Oh, and there goes Shamari. Shamari almost loses the ball, but able to get it back. As Kansas City trying to get something going here. Shamari looking, he's shaking his defender off. Rhodey trying to stick with him, but Shamari still finds a way to get through. And this weird layup, but Ngandu's there to get the offensive rebound and hit that layup, 56-48.
Ngandu, like I've said, he's just been the biggest presence in this game for either side. He always has cleaned up the messes tonight.
Now, here we go. Tommies are going to look to respond to that layup from Ngandu. As there goes Dufault. Dufault looking to push it in on Diallo. Dufault sends it out, and it's hits the knee of Rhodey. And now it's Kansas City ball.
I'm loving this energy from Kansas City. Raquandis Mitchell and Ngandu just shared a moment. They're really fired up. And here we go, Christian, with 8:30 to go. Tyler Andrews, with his 4 fouls, is coming back into the game.
A very interesting decision from Menzies, but we'll see where this goes.
You know what I think is Menzies smells blood in the water. He wants to get the game over with now. He feels like if he can put his best 5 on the court right now, he doesn't even have to worry about the last few minutes. We'll see if the strategy pays off.
And then Mitchell has the ball. He's looking for a man. Gets a screen from EDR. EDR gets him the screen. He shoots. Mitchell just misses.
Oh! Ngandu!
Just lights up
with a slam. This arena's going crazy. The Roos have their biggest lead of the night, 58-48 on the other end. A foul on Idiaru.
Ngandu just set an electric surge through Sweeney Rack. What a play by Jeff Ngandu.
Showing the replay here. Unbelievable. That was an energizer. And Kansas City's brought the energy tonight. 7:57 to go as we go into a timeout. Kansas City's up 10. There will be 2 free throws on the way for a default. And now the St. Thomas is in the double bonus.
Now that St. Thomas is in the double bonus and Kansas City in the bonus. Either way, 10 fouls for Kansas City right now, with which can be a little concerning, but nonetheless, you gotta love what you're seeing from Kansas City. As you got 3 players scoring over 10
I just love the
points.
energy, man. They're bought in. They're going for every loose ball. They are fighting. And as a coach, is what you want to see, win or lose.
All right, we're going to go on a media timeout, and we'll be right back.
And we are back here after the media timeout. 7:57 to play here. ROO's up 10, Christian. What does Kansas City have to do to close this one out, in your opinion?
I think Kansas City, all they need to do is just keep playing what they're doing. Keep doing what they're doing.
It's a good strategy.
Keep that energy going, and I think this could be a win for the ROOs.
Yeah, if they can keep themselves out of foul trouble. Again, Tyler Andrews has 4. It'd be interesting. Default's first free throw is good.
It's Dufault again. He comes back to the charity stripe. Hoping to get some points here for the Tommies. 58-49. Let's see if we can make a 58-50. And he does. 8-point lead for Kansas City with less than 8 minutes left on the clock. As Tyler Andrews looks, he zips through.
He's got to get it past half court there.
And passes it to Mitchell. Mitchell looking. Looks like he was trying to shoot, trying to shake off his
defender. About it.
Thought about it for a second. Well, it looks like there's a potential mismatch with Dufault, but let's see if he can expose that. Spins around, shoots, and it's a block, but a foul on.
And the Tommies cannot believe it. Hands up in the air. They cannot believe that they got called there. Now, nonetheless, to the line goes Mitchell.
Andrews holding his arms out. Looks like Andrews is going to come out, and Diallo is going to come right back in. And there you go. He hit it. 9-point lead for Kansas City. As Diallo comes in.
Yeah, as you said, Andrews to the bench. Good job on Andrews not fouling out in his, he's in for a few minutes right there. Good job on him staying clean, not getting that 5th foul.
And here comes Mitchell. We're going to give him some silence here. There you go. Hit it. 60-50. 7:33 on the clock for Kansas City. Got to find a way to close it out as the Tommies have the ball. Tommies
matches their largest lead of the night.
Allen had the ball and sends it to Blue. Blue sends it to Default. Default goes in, wide open, and he makes it.
Miscommunication there. Ngandu didn't have his head turned around, or else he probably is able to stop that.
EDR looking. He hands it to Diallo. Diallo looking. Now he's facilitating. Sends it to Allen. Allen taking his time to get something going.
And no need to rush a shot here if you're Kansas City. You're up 8. Time's on your side.
Now he's trying to call for something. And it looks like he's going to get a screen from Ngandu. Gets the screen. Shamari shoots, and he makes it. A 3-pointer by Shamari Allen, 63-52. What a great play by Allen to get that screen.
That's ISO ball right there with a nice screen, and then he gets around, hits a jumper.
Blue's trying to shake off his defender, and he tries to lay it up. And Lee gets the ball, gets the rebound for the Tommies. He sends it out to Riley, and then Blue shoots, and he misses, hits the corner of the rim, and now Allen gets that rebound, and now it's a fast break opportunity for Kansas City, but he loses the ball again.
Dribbled it off his foot. He's going to be sick. Dribbled it right off of his foot.
A potential game sealer, and now down on the ground. Looks like that's number 14. That's Brooks Allen. Hope he's okay. Slow to get up. And he looks like he's okay, but just took a second to get up and for just a second. But
it's been a physical game, man. It's just been
we've been saying that for the past couple minutes.
That's all you can say, though. I mean, it's bodies flying everywhere, man. It's
Jevin Sullivan coming in now for EDR.
Yeah, give Sullivan some minutes here and let EDR rest up for the final stretch of this one.
Now it looks like Thomas are going to take the ball out. Blue's going to send it out to more than likely Rhodey or Riley Miller. And he gives it to Blue. And here we go. Blue sends it in, passes it out to Rhodey. Rhodey passes it to Will Ingles. Ingles hits it to Rhodey. Rhodey looking, passes it back outside.
Nice steal.
And it's a nice steal by Raquandis Mitchell, who literally just snags that out of the air. What a play.
And the veteran presence of him to not try and force something immediately after getting the steal. Understanding we're up 11. Let's just take our time. Let's get the best shot possible. Let's run a good possession here.
And here comes Mitchell. Mitchell looking, trying to find someone on the outside. Gets a screen from Ngandu, and he shoots, and he scores.
And one!
Raquandis Mitchell really showcasing his fadeaway jumper.
And one. Chance for a 4-point play here.
66-52 for Kansas City. What a play by Raquandis.
And the Roos are starting to distance themselves here. Remember, this was a 1-point game at half.
And this was an issue that Kansas City had a couple games ago. They had issues closing it out, but now that they're...
I'm telling you, what I say half time, learning to win. People don't understand that that's a thing. Like, you have to learn as a team to be able to close out games and win them.
And he makes that 4-point play, 67-52 for Kansas City. And 5:44 left on the clock.
And they're figuring that out. We're literally right in front of our eyes.
Here we go. Blue looking for the Tommies. Gets a pass to Riley. Riley looking, sends it to Rhodey. Rhodey sends it to Blue. Blue looking to push it inside. Lays it up, and he gets blocked by Ngandu. Ngandu showcasing his blocking ability as Sullivan gets the rebound. In his double team, passes it to Mitchell, who just literally
and if you're Kansas City here, take your time. The clock is your friend. You're up 15 points. Do not rush anything.
And here comes Mitchell. Mitchell going inside, lays it up, and it's in! Ngandu sends it down for Kansas City.
I mean, I'm just laughing at this point. What will this guy not do? This guy is an absolute force. Ngandu has just been unbelievable on the glass tonight. He's had multiple putbacks, a ton of offensive rebounds. Forget multiple, a ton. And then he gets that block on the other end. He has just been phenomenal.
A literal skyscraper for Kansas City. The kind of player that Marvin Menzies needs for his team.
That's the type of international player you go after. Exactly.
Now shooting for St. Thomas. And after losing my voice is St. Thomas. That's Rhodey who
gets the first one to fall. They will need every free throw possible at this point.
A lot of bounce, and win in. And coming out is Sullivan, and coming in is Idiaru. Idiaru getting some significant minutes here tonight for Kansas City. Looks to keep that going. And here comes Rhodey. Rhodey's going to make this shot against the noise, and he does. It is 69-54.
Immediate timeout by the Tommies.
69-54 for Kansas City. Almost 5 minutes left in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas City, it's smart possessions the rest of the way. You're not going to force anything. You need to, first of all, milk the shot clock because it's your friend. Second of all, just don't do anything stupid. Don't turn the ball over. Don't make any silly mistakes. Just drain the clock, get the best possible shot, and especially hustle back defensively. No easy buckets for St. Thomas.
And again, we're seeing a lot of Blue, Rhodey, Bjorklund. Well, we haven't seen much of Bjorklund as of lately.
Yeah, he got in foul trouble. I mean, that's just him and Andrews have been the two that got in foul trouble tonight. And we've seen more of Andrews. Every coach has a different philosophy on that. Once that guy gets to his fourth foul, when he's one foul away from fouling out, some coaches don't let him back in until the final 2 minutes of the game. Some will just let him finish it out.
And Riley Miller also getting some big minutes. I have not seen much of Dobbs either. Dobbs is playing a lot of minutes in the beginning, but has not. I've been seeing a lot more Dufall and Courtney Brown Jr., which comes to show that foul trouble is really catching up to St. Thomas.
If you're St. Thomas right now, you have to have your best 5 scorers on the court. I know you got to get stops, but you have to have your best 5 scorers on the court here.
I talked about Bjorklund and Dobbs, and they're in for St. Thomas.
And that's probably why they called timeout right there after the free throws. They know this is the final stretch. These 5 minutes, by the next time they might have an opportunity to call a timeout, the game might be out of hand with how much time's left. So, St. Thomas calls the timeout there. This is their final Hail Mary right here. They're trying, whatever it takes to get back in this thing. Obviously down double digits with 5 minutes is not a good place to be.
Whatever it takes for St. Thomas, but other than that, for Kansas City, you got to be impressed by what they've been doing here on the court. Again, relying on the rebound prowess of Ngandu, the shooting ability of Raquandis Mitchell, and even though Shamari has had a couple turnovers, he's still been doing a really good job. And even significant minutes from Tyler Andrews, significant minutes from Diallo. We're going to see what Menzies kind of plans here for his squad, but either way, if you're Kansas City, how do you just close the door?
Finish it off? Yeah, I mean, drain the clock when you can and take good shots. No turnovers. That's the thing, is the clock is your friend at this point. Use it. Don't try and be some superhero at this point. It's not necessary. It's necessary for St. Thomas. It's not necessary for Kansas City right now. If you're the Roos right now, just finish this off. Good, smart basketball. Use your veteran leadership. And honestly, if they can just lock in defensively and get a few good looks, this one will be in the bag for them.
And now on the court is Allen, Mitchell, Idiaru, Ngandu, and Diallo. Now let's see what Kansas City plans here. As Idiaru passes it out, and
and there's the one thing I just said couldn't happen. You know, that's unfortunate, but when you build yourself a cushion like the one the Roos have right now, you can afford a few mistakes, but still got to clean that up. That's not what you want to see right now.
Yeah, and
especially coming out of a timeout.
Exactly, but either way, Kansas City turns the ball over, and now it's Tommy's ball.
And it's a big possession for the Tommies right here. They need a bucket in the worst way.
Rhodey passed it to Bjorklund, and Bjorklund back to Rhodey. Rhodey goes inside, gets another foul, and it's on Ngandu.
And they're in the double bonus, so that will be 2 free throws.
Looking at the leading scorers here for Kansas City. Mitchell, 20 points, has 23, but has exceeded 20 points tonight.
Yeah.
Looks like Ngandu has 14. And Shamari with 17 for the night. And now looks like Andrews is going to come in for Kansas City as Rhodey misses. Let's see who they sub out, and I think it's going to be Diallo, which is always the assumption at this point.
Yeah, that's been the rotation tonight. Menzies has, you got 5 minutes, 4:54 at this point left. Tyler Andrews, he picks up that 5th foul. At least it's towards the end of the game and not with a lot of time left.
Exactly, but now EDR is going to try to get a safe pass here. As you don't want to get the 5 seconds.
Gotta pass this.
There you go. Was able to pass
cornered,
before the 5 second. Ooh, tip ball.
Foul.
Passes it out to Andrews, but yeah, that's a foul on St. Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, they literally just grabbed Idiaru, twisted him.
Yeah. Now let's see what...
And that puts Kansas City in the double bonus, so now Kansas City will get 2 free throws.
Now EDR is going to line up at the charity stripe, try to get these 2 free throws, make it 71. We'll see if that is the case. We're going to stay silent for him real quick, out of respect. There you go.
It's first.
70-55.
4:49 to play. Both teams in the double bonus.
Now, again, some silence for the charity stripe. And it's
off the front rim.
Golly, what
So both teams go 1 for 2 at the line out of the timeout.
But either way, 70-55. Tommy's out the ball as Dobbs is looking, tries to push it inside, passes it out to Dufault. Dufault looking, sends it out to Dobbs. Dobbs shoots, and he hits the rim, but Dufault gets the rebound, but Kansas City gets the steal there.
Great hustle by Kansas City because they didn't get the rebound, but they were able to force a turnover after St. Thomas did get the rebound.
Ooh, and Mitchell able to shake off his defender.
Yeah, guy dove for the ball from behind him. Respect the hustle there, but wasn't able to quite get it.
And now Allen looking, he's going to get double teamed, but
and they're going to call, I believe, a charge here.
Yep, looks like it's going to be a charge. I mean, there's no other reason why the
Tommies
are clapping right now. Who knows? Either way, it's still 70-55. You're up by 15. Kansas City again.
Comes Tyler Andrews. For Diallo, that's just been the substitution all night long.
Oh, no, but Allen's out as well. No, Tyler Andrews comes in for Shamari Allen.
Oh.
So, again, trying to give him some minutes to rest here.
That's right.
4 minutes left on the clock. But here comes the Tommies. And that's Riley, passes it out, sends it to Rhodey. Rhodey lays it up, and it's out. And now it's Idiaru who gets the ball. Mitchell gets it.
And St. Thomas wanted to travel there on Mitchell, but ultimately ends up being a foul, and we will head into a timeout with 3:54 remaining in this one. The Roos lead by 15. We'll catch you after the break.
Yes.
All right, we are back here for the final 3:54. It's going to be Raquandis Mitchell at the charity stripe. 70-55, Roos lead, 3:54 to go.
Raquandis hits his first one, 71-55 now. Gets 24 points now. See if we can.
Great night for him.
Really great night. And again, he is the engine for this Roos train. As he hits the second one. 72-55. They have the opportunity to be up by 20.
Yeah, no, I mean, these last 3:50, you just got to close out. You play solid defense, make your free throws, get out of here.
Yorkland pushes inside, misses it, but
bodies flying everywhere. This should stay with St. Thomas. Last touch by Kansas City. There will be 20 on the shot clock.
And here comes Rhodey. Rhodey's going to send it out as Tommies are just flying around the court. Sends it out. Rhodey gets the ball. Rhodey looking, shoots. And he misses, but gets checked by Bjorklund, but looks like it's
Kansas City will shoot some free throws because they're in the double bonus.
There you go. That's why if you guys want to learn anything from tonight, it's always being the double bonus.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy that in the first half, St. Thomas didn't even enter the bonus, period. And then in this half, they've been in the double bonus for nearly half of it. Kansas City did not get in the double bonus last half, and they've been in the double bonus for about the last 6 minutes.
And now they have the possibility to really close this out with these 2 free throws, Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, this is all but over as long as you make your free throws and don't allow threes.
And let's stay quiet for him. And he hits the first one. That's what you need.
I didn't jinx that one.
Good job. Now down by 18 is St. Thomas. And he hits the second one. There you go. Now you're up by 19.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for St. Thomas to do anything here. It's just basically chuck up a bunch of threes and pray.
Nice and Dufall moves it around with finesse.
And they're going to call, I believe, offensive goaltending.
Yeah, looked like the case. Mitchell was whirling his finger around.
Yeah, you got to wait for it to come off the cusp before you tap it. It can be tough.
And now here we go. EDR who's going to send the ball out for Kansas City. Try to make a 20-point lead here as he passes it to Mitchell. Mitchell speeding. He's just rushing down the court.
Doubled. He's got to be careful when he gets fouled.
There you go. Now they're going to be back in the line, I believe, right?
Double bonus time, Christian.
Double bonus time.
It's a good spot to be in.
It is. Here we go. Double bonus time for Kansas City. Let's see if they can increase their lead to 20. This would be one of the largest leads they've had
all season. I mean, in any game.
Well, especially conference play against a really good opponent.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Omaha on the road by 16, and that was very impressive. This would be a super impressive performance as the first one by Mitchell rims out. He'll get another.
But again, the fact that Kansas City is able to play like this, is
it's been a dominant second half. I mean, considering they were up a point at half, they have really controlled the second half, and it's what you want to see.
We're going to stay quiet for Mitchell.
That's both. Didn't want to be up 20. Didn't want to give us that call.
I guess they don't want to be up by 20. I guess we were too early on that.
So here comes St. Thomas. Can they make anything of those misses? It'll be a miracle if they can.
As Blue has the ball. Blue sends it out to Courtney. Courtney looking. Courtney sends it. And that is no looking. Sends it to Dobbs. Dobbs looking to go inside. Nice pass to Lee. And Lee just lays it up but misses. And Kansas City almost had the ball.
Tipped all the way around.
Kansas City almost had the ball, but it's Tommy's ball. No, shoots. And it's in.
And those are his first minutes of the night, I believe.
Now made a great shot there, 74-58. It is now as Mitchell has the ball. Mitchell looking, shaking up, trying to, again, get something going. And he sees Andrews on the right and got Diallo on the left. He's just dribbling around right now, trying to kill the clock. So no potential comeback can occur.
That's what you're trying to, you're just trying to then try and get a best shot possible late in the shot clock. And he does! A circus hook shot from Raquandis Mitchell falls.
And that was a great screen by Ngandu, and Mitchell, great work showing his athletic ability to make that layup. 76-58. And as Tommy's Blue fakes the shot, sends it out, to now, and Dobbs shoots. It's
And
out, and there it goes. Diallo with a great rebound, and
if you're
Mitchell's going to
Kansas City here, just keep draining clock. We've just gotten under 2 minutes to play. Kansas City up 76-58.
Dos minutos left for Kansas City. As Andrews has the ball, who gives it to Diallo. Diallo sends it back to Mitchell, who asked for a screen from Ngandu, and he's going to try to step back and shoot, but just going to keep dribbling. Gets it.
Yeah, just dribble the clock until you get to the end of the shot clock here.
5 seconds left on shot clock as ADR shoots a three.
Off the front of the
just
rim.
missed it.
Over the back on
Over the back foul on
Kansas City.
Yeah, that is a foul on Ngandu confirmed.
Third on Ngandu. And how about this? With a minute 34, he got that fourth foul pretty quickly. Tyler Andrews still in the game. Has not committed that fifth foul. He's been very disciplined.
Hoping that we can keep that he can keep that going for himself as Courtney Brown Jr. is going to shoot here for the St. Thomas Tommies. And he misses the first one.
Just killer if you're St. Thomas. Obviously, this game feels over, but any small chance you had, you got to make your free throws.
You're playing for pride now.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got to finish it out.
And he misses the second one. Missed 4 shots, it seems like, from the free throw line. Not good if not good if you say so myself. But now the Roos have the opportunity to really, really close this.
It's over. I mean, you're just putting the finishing touches on what was a very, very, very impressive second half tonight from Kansas City.
Well, they've already iced the cake. They've already baked the cake.
Yeah.
They've already put the cherries. But now they just got to put a little bit more on top and call it a win here today. Or tonight, sorry.
Very, very impressive, though, like I said. I mean, the scoring output, this is one of their best outputs offensively I've seen all season. They put up 71 against a good Oral Roberts team. Obviously, they put up 83 in triple overtime against Denver, but just to be in regulation, nearing 80 points, very impressive, especially when they only dropped 33 in the first half.
And it looks like Sullivan's going to come in, and I think coming out is Ngandu, but we're not sure yet. We'll have to see after Mitchell makes his first. Yep. After Mitchell made his first shot. There were too many men on the court, but
And Ngandu heads to the bench and gets a standing ovation that he deserves. He had a heck of an evening.
And there you go.
Roos lead by 20.
One of the biggest leads that Kansas City has had all season, I believe. And Mitchell subs out now as Dimu is going to come in just to kind of play.
Get some minutes.
Get some minutes in. Get at least a minute in before the game ends. As Dobbs moves around, sends it out to now shoots and misses. And that's a rebound.
Tyler Andrews with the board.
1 minute left for Kansas City as it looks like it's going to be a 20-point win for the Roos. As Dimu has the ball. Dimu looking, gives it to Diallo. Diallo gives it to Andrews. Andrews gives it back to Dimu. Dimu looking, tries to get a screen.
Kill the clock.
Yeah, they're just killing clock
That's
now,
all
as you
they're
said. As Dimu from the corner tried to shoot, but just
Now they got
fakes it.
5 on the shot clock.
5 left on. And
Hoist
here,
up a shot.
Andrews. Ooh!
Oh, and it rims in.
Andrews messing around tonight.
And the Roos have passed the 80-point mark. 81 for Kansas City tonight. A very impressive offensive showing. St. Thomas will get a layup on the other end, but Kansas City can just dribble this thing out. They lead 81-60, a 21-point victory for the Roos.
And now people are just clapping for Kansas City as they're just going to dribble this ball out. And it's 81-60, a 21-point victory for Kansas City.
Kansas City outscored St. Thomas by 20 points in the second half, an absolutely dominant second half performance for the Roos, and that's it. Put it in the books. Kansas City wins, improves to 3-2 in Summit League play as they will head to Saturday.
7-11.
Yeah, I mean,
Not my favorite gas station, but
no, it's up there. It's up there.
it's up there. Quick Trip's the best, always. But regardless, coming in 7-11, and now you face Western Illinois.
3-2 in the conference. I mean, big opportunities ahead of them. Very impressive showing tonight from Marvin Menzies' squad.
Now we're gonna go talk to Coach Menzies here in just a moment. Well, we thank you for coming in. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys this Saturday as Kansas City faces Western Illinois. Go Roos, and we'll see you guys next time.